Well, welcome everyone back to Duncan the Window Pro YouTube channel, and today I want to just do a comparison between three water-fed brushes that you can buy on the market, whether here in Australia or in other places around the world. They have a very similar makeup to them, two of which I have in my toolbox. The third one I have its sister, or do I say a brother? Anyway, so what are they? Well, the first one is the Xero 14-inch Lite, the Xero Lite brush. There's what it looks like. And I've attached the Gardiner Quick Lock brush pole tip, which goes into the pole like that. It allows you, because of the stock on the brush, to be able to pivot. The hose comes through the pole and connects through to that end. I'm also using the new Gardiner Hybrid brush. It also has a very light headstock. I've got the same Gardiner Quick Lock there, and it too has a pivoting action, but instead of this one that has a rinse bar over the top, this one has 4 jets coming through the headstock. The third one I don't have in my hand, but I have its brother, is the Reach It Ultra Light brush. Now, the Ultra Light has the same sort of pivoting action. As you can see, it has the pivoting there, and on the back you can adjust that pivot through the screw that's just there. This one, of course, is the Radial rocker. It has scrubs pads that go in there. The Reach It Ultra Light doesn't have the scrub pads. It has a very similar look and brush combination as the Xero Lite. Now, I'm not going to get into the debate that these two look the same. That's for someone else to worry about. I'm just talking about what it looks like to use. Pros and cons. One of the pros of the Xero Lite is because it's light. It's a very easy brush to use, and depending on the job, you can maneuver it back and forth over. You can actually get a really good scrub. Those inner bristles, as these brushes splay on the glass, you get a really good scrub. They're quite a stronger bristle down the center. Very, very handy. Very easy when you're doing something at height and you've got the pole extended. You don't have a heavy brush that weighs things down. What's the con? You've got to be really careful with the rinse bar. I'm only using a small hose. I'm not using a large 8mm hose, and the rinse is still quite large. So you have to be really careful when you're doing the tops of the glass, tops of windows, that you're not spraying on the frame above. Make sure that you've washed the frame before you then use this on the glass. Very simple for you to spray things onto the area of the house above, and that runs off later and dries dirty on your glass. So you have to be very careful on that very good rinse that comes over the top. Now, there is an advantage in that if you learn to use it, so that at times you're actually cleaning at that angle rather than just up and down that way, you can use the rinse to your benefit. So that's a really powerful thing. The pros with the Gardiner brush is that it has long and these ones in here are stronger. These ones splay very well, but the water is coming through the headstock. So the water's not splashing on the frame, it's just staying on the glass, and it's very easy then just to lift the brush off the glass by just a small amount, and then you're able to just rinse it off without it splashing on frames and things like that. You can use it effectively. Sometimes when you get the angle, you can get into the angle of the window much easier because you have the pivoting action. Because of having the Opti-Lock from Gardiner that fits into it's very easy to take it out and put a different gooseneck, if you need to, onto the brush. It's a very quick release, and back it's on. The other great thing is you can angle it however you need to. That's the wonderful thing about this OptiLock system, rather than a Euro thread. The Euro thread has a lot of limitations between connecting your brush to the pole. Now, I'm going to hold this up as just to talk about the Ultralight from Reach It. They have the over-the-top rinse bar. Now, thankfully, the Reach It Lite has the water coming in at the top here, similar to the Xero Lite. The Radial rocker has it coming in through here, which I've never understood, because oftentimes when you come down to the bottom of the window, the sill gets in the way of the hose. You have to try and twist it around and get it over the top. But that's this brush. But it's the rinse bar that you have to be really conscious of. And once again, because it's pivoting, you're able to then maneuver it to try and minimize the effect of over the top rinse bar. Now, some of us love rinse bars, others hate rinse bars. But both of them, all of those brushes have their place. People are loving them across the world. And my current, and I'm using both the Gardiner and the Xero Lite. And like in my video that I've released I'm releasing shortly about tools, it's not about which is the best water-fed brush. I've got 4 or 5 other brushes in my van, Gardiner, Wagtail, that I use on water-fed. It's not which one's the best, it's which one works on the job you're on. So if you had either of these in your toolbox, you wouldn't be disappointed. The challenge for us in Australia is they're expensive to get out from windowcleaning.com in the United States. They're the only suppliers, Xero products. I got a deal at January when they had a massive sale, and it was quite reasonable to get it shipped out here. In Australia, we can get the Gardiner brushes from windowcleaningworld.com. So you have to work out what's going to be price effective, but don't be afraid to have both, because you're going to need a variety of brushes if you're going to be a really good water-fed technician. Don't cheat yourself by just sticking to one type of brush. Just like in the other podcast, don't cheat yourself by just having the one squeegee tool, the one brand of squeegee. They all play a role, they can all be effective. So I hope that helps when you're making a decision. The Xero Lite, the Gardiner Hybrid Lite, they're both effective window cleaning water-fed brushes. And you get them at your favourite store, windowcleaner.com, windowcleaningworld.com. They're there for you, and I'm sure by having those in your toolbox, you'll have a great time with your water-fed work. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.